Alright, hopefully everything's working. Let's get everything else ready. At least streaming only takes about a moment. Let's make this official. Oh, I wish I had a stream deck. Yeah, all in good time. Someday I'll have at least one or two stream decks. One for the laptop, one for the desktop. All right, Mr. Live Ocean here for Stark Naked Music Theory hour, or might be an hour. We'll see what happens. But yeah, Mr. Live Ocean here. If I didn't say that already, I'm trying to get used to this still. It's been almost a year of streaming, and I'm still trying to figure things out. Got everything up and running about as quickly as I could. Everything seems to be working. All right, keyboard's working so far. Already got the guitar tuned, and last time I had pretty much thought I had had most of the song figured out. I thought once I had the verses figured out, I thought that was about it. I almost thought it was the same chords being played throughout the chorus, but when you're listening to the actual track, the rhythm guitar becomes so much more buried where you really can't hear it. Until I looked at the tab again and realized, oh no, there are some more chords, and I've been playing around with it already. Yes, last night was a weird night. I had a little bit too much nicotine and everything else, so couldn't get on. But at least I noodled around on the guitar, and I basically know the chords, just trying to figure out how it fits into the song. All right, let's get into it. Oh, I think it's not just static I'm hearing, not you guys. Let's get to the right screen. All right. See, I like this tab here. You probably can't see it very well. Unless I go to, might as well show you guys. But when I compare this tab to, say, this tab, there's some big differences. Like, for one, when you're playing these chords here, he's not even, in this deal, it's not using the high E. Like, to me, that doesn't matter one way or the other. So when you get to this chord here, and instead of it being called a G6 with a B at the bottom, it's calling it a B minor add 13, which is like the same chord. Well, yeah, same chord. But the tab that is showing here is like, instead of playing an E at the top string, or bottom string, how you look at it, top string on the tab. Instead of being an E, having you playing a G, and it's doubling the G. That's what's confusing me. When I listen to the music, whether I listen to the, here, we can go ahead and do it. It doesn't sound like they're throwing in that high G. Yeah, I'm really just hearing the D, right? Yeah, something like that. I'm not hearing this G. And also, when you go into the synth version, it still doesn't even sound like they're throwing in the G. It's just on this tab. For some reason, it shows that. So I'm kind of having to do like I did with my Thunderbird, or no, Cougar, where I had to use a Chilton's and a Haynes manual together, especially when looking at EGR codes or OBD codes, to actually figure out what the code was saying. For some reason, they both had incomplete data, but together, and who knows, I might need to look for a third source. But I like the fingerings of this one the most. because there's very little movement in the end overall. I mean, there's probably quite a bit of movement like between the D sustain 2 going into G6 a bit. But once you get into the G6 and then do the D sustain 2, there's always that one finger that stays. That's nice. This right here, you keep the pink. I use the pinky. And you keep that pressed down the whole time. Everything else moves around. It's nice. Even you get to the B with the flat at 6, which is interesting. Reading tab for the first time, trying to read like, is that a B flat with the 6, or is that a B with the flat at 6? And then got to looking at it and thinking about like, it makes sense for it to be a B because it's the key of G major. And then once you, it's supposed to have dissonance anyway. So it ends up being throw the 6. Oh, need another half of that. Right? Yeah. There's going to be some dissonance there. And that's the thing. When I'm playing these chords, I just can't quite seem to fit it. I guess once I start playing the music and playing with it, it'll make more sense. And as far as I know, it's the same strumming pattern, but like I said, it is buried under the electric guitar and all the other vocals and stuff going on in the background that, well, above ground. It's really hard to hear the rhythm part. But that's the good thing about this other tab. So you can go straight to that and see what it's supposed to sound like. The verse is played a bunch of times before it even, I missed it. I missed the chorus. I scrolled too fast. Because there's where there's verse and verse. Yeah. Because you go straight, you basically skip the chorus between the first two verses. And what the heck? There's another verse? Nope. That's the chorus right there. Here we go. Now I see where it shows it. And once again, it starts off with a G, like normal. This is still a different fingering than the other one. The other one is a G6 with, of course, G at the bottom. And here, it's just a regular G. I just realized that now. I'm not going to trust this one. But I bet it's going to sound like a G6. And then once again, the B with... you go back to the other tab. It is somehow a D sustain 2 with a B at the bottom is being written as a B minor add 13, which doesn't make any sense. But then again, you still got to be able to hear this part. The C add 9 is the same. Yeah, except here it's E at the bottom. Here they're saying don't play the E. I don't know which one's correct. But anyway, let's hear what it sounds like. Is that real loud? I know it's loud to me. It's not loud to y'all. No one's in chat, so. Then again, I think my whole stream's kind of low. Then again, when I'm watching videos of X, some are like mine. You seem to need any of have the volume turned up all the way on the phone, and some turned down. Like, okay, it is what it is. All right, let's listen to the original. It sounds better than the original, but like I said, like I'm sure you can hear it. You can barely hear how it's kind of descending. It's already doing. It's just descending down, and eventually you would get to the very end of the chorus where you have that very dissonant deal. And you look at the tab before here, like okay, we're playing different strings instead of focusing more on the inner four strings. We're playing more. So the only like chord that really agrees between the two is the D sustain two in the verse, and it's weird. I'm going to stick with this tab for now. Once again. Maybe I didn't do anything to it. Probably hit it on the nice soft spot. Anyway, also got my guitar in a slightly better position. Let's actually show that. Wrong mouse. Back to the overlay. All right. Moved my camera for the guitar to where now I can actually see where I'm putting my index finger when I'm putting things down. If I was going to do the verse there. Now we're doing the G6, which I like doing, which is very similar to what I have been doing when I was playing my version of a D sustain 2 or G6. Oh, third. I had it on the second. There we go. Everything's louder to me today. I don't know. On the last one, I was thinking of the verse for a second there. Oh yeah. Then you have the dissonance at the end. And that's just how the chorus ends. I was also trying to figure out how to sing to it and play at the same time, and it's just hard to find the notes just singing within the chord itself. It's where I wish I had some sheet music. And I was also, figuring it had to be starts on a C, something like that. I don't know, I'm probably wrong. But if it's key of G, for all I know, the first note is a G, but I don't know. I can sing to it, but I got to find it on the keyboard next while I'm doing that. Not right now. Right now we're just focusing on these chords, doing some reps. Everything sounds different today. Maybe last night I had one point where like I was getting nothing out of the guitar, and then I was getting more than I was expecting. I haven't even checked touching the interface. I barely moved this sucker. The volume knob. I swear this thing here is Ibanez. The circuitry here is a little bit glitchy. All right, start over. And this fingering, I can do like one way or the other. I'm still fingering it out a little bit. Didn't get that the B to ring out. Whichever one it is. I'm not even trying the strumming pattern right now. I am just trying to get used to hitting these chords getting the fingering right. And that's been the biggest struggle last night. I was just trying to figure out how to get to the D sustained, to the B at the bottom, which fingers are used exactly. The C add 9 with the E at the bottom. That's simple. I really like that chord. I like all these chords. Very similar to the ones I've already been playing with. The only one I really don't like is the B with the flat at 6, but it's supposed to be dissonant. That's the way it is. I can almost play the electric guitar part, but I don't know if I should try it on an acoustic. I mean, it's not impossible. But we'll see. We'll get to that when we get to that. Make sure I'm not hitting that high. I mean the low E, whatever you want to call it. It's the high string, but it's the low E. Okay. Not that one. This one. All right. I gotta remember the C add 9 with the E at the bottom. I can still play all 6 strings. Oh yeah. I guess. Someday we'll compare that to how it sounded in the original track and be like, oh, maybe I don't need that E. Yeah. Anyway. More reps. We're getting there. Or I'm getting there. One of us. Who's us? Maybe someday out the community. Maybe someday I'll pay for Ultimate Guitar tab. Get rid of all these ads. Same thing with Songster. Sure, I have the interruptions when I'm playing it, but that's okay for now. You can, can I close that? Yeah, for now. This, I don't believe I can get rid of. Just follows you as you scroll up and down the page. I wanted to. What I do like about this tab here, though, is that I swore there was something else going on between the verses and such. And it shows it here, or here. We have it's a C sustained 2, a G with a B at the bottom, and then with different strum, or 4 strings instead of 3. Kind of it sounds like a step down, dun dun dun, and then back to A minor. Of course, that's not written in the other tab. It's not probably required. It makes me wonder if it's the bass guitar being added into the tab somehow, making it confusing. Or the rhythm guitarist is doing that, especially he's a lot more experienced than I am. But at least it does start off with a D sustained 2, like the other chord, the other tab. So it agrees there. Just have to see about adding that. So to recap, Find it really quickly. If I hit the wrong string, da da da. Something like that. Yeah, no, I wasn't doing the strumming pattern. I was just doing it rough. It kind of sounds like it. Otherwise, it's basically just. Depends how it's written. I think it's written in 4, but it could also be written in 4, but count in half time or cut time. You can count it in 2 instead of 4, or otherwise it's. You can hear that. And you're just accenting like the first, the second, the third, and then like something else over. There's some variation. I'll get the right string. Dan, dan, dan. Sloppy, but you get the idea. So let's just hit the C sustain 2, figure out what it sounds like. So it's keeping that one finger down still, somehow adding that C. Maybe use that finger just to mute it. I don't know. I don't even know. That jives with what I'm hearing. There's still no. The only other change would be the fact that you're letting off the pinky, but you're not even hitting that string. Hmm. I don't know. So I don't know about this tab. I'll ignore that for now. Go back to the other one. And still get some more reps in on the chorus. That's the thing about guitar playing. Something I came up with, or whatever, thought of a few days ago. That it's kind of like playing a video game. And you're trying to beat a level or get past an obstacle or fight a boss. And sometimes you have to play it over and over and over until you finally get it right. And it's a lot like with practicing. Trying to get either a particular chord done, or maybe the chord changes. And you just keep trying. And like, it's too bad I wasn't recording the other day because I just felt like I was just improving in real time. But that's the way it is. I'm always, wishing I was recording when I'm not. Oh, speaking of recording, I'm not recording right now. That's why I wish I had a stream deck. This is going to YouTube. Won't even bother. For all I know, recording is what messes up everything. That's still working. That's good. We could try to play everything on the piano just to see anything else to be gleaned from that. Give my leg a break. Starts out with the G6. And then D sustain 2 with a D at the bottom. Okay. I'm missing one. Is the B is the 2, right? No, it's not. I feel like I'm missing some here. Got the D, you got the B. I figured to keep the G. And the 2, of course, is the C. That's not, wouldn't be C there, wouldn't it? No, no, C would be D, E, F. Would be F sharp. That sounds like it. There we go. I just figured there'd be a note omitted like that one. Because usually when you play a sustain 2, you would omit the 3rd. And I was just playing the 3rd. So I'm confusing myself. It's alright. Because normally a D, that would be a D. In this case, of course, we're playing the B at the bottom. Where does the B come in handy? Because there is D, DFA is a normal D. How's there a B? If there was a 6th in there, that would make sense. But, maybe this tab's incorrect in that regard. But it, what does the other one say? Let's go back to the other one real quick. Oh, wrong mouse. Go back to the chorus. Where's the chorus? All right. Yeah, then of course it makes it confusing by having the B minor add. So once again, they're still adding a B. There's still a B there. Huh. 23002. And this is 0322. That's not confusing at all. Maybe just forget about what it says at the top and just go with the fingerings. Although that's what it shows here, because so we got a B here, and we got the D, and we got the A, and we got another D, and then an E. I mean, what? The E makes sense, because the E would be the 2. Then you go back to that other one, and then, there is no E or something. Because they're not even playing that string. So we go to that one. We'll look at it. Okay, so we got So instead of an E, we're playing a G. Then we have the D. Then we have the B. No, not the B. D. Then we have an A. No, D. And that's a B. So no E in this case. Well, I like the other one because it's still easier. Makes sense. So far, it matches what I'm listening to when I'm trying to compare it to the original, but as best as I can. I've started like trying to play these chords while that music is playing. All right, let's listen to it again. Let's I'm mostly hearing the D. Can't even tell if there's that G, the high G being played. Even there with a B at at least with the B minor at 13, you would it would make sense to have maybe an F instead of the G, but only way to know is be giving it a try. How you do this? I need another finger, or I have to play a G unlike I've ever played. This is how I normally play a G. And of course, that is not, I don't believe, what they're playing to do. And this wants me to completely swap this around. And then have to do the, oh, not this way. I mean, the C add 9 sounds good. It just the difference is I'm not trying to hit the high E. Which seems more correct. Let me try to compare those. Oh, I swore I could hear that E ringing too. Oh. pretty sure I'm hearing the E. It's either the E or the D. Yeah. No, it's the E. I'm hearing the E. But would it be wrong for someone to play this? If someone could play this, I'm sure someone could. It would be fine if you played it on stage, unless somebody somehow knew better. Would be like, hey, you're playing the wrong chord there. I mean, it sounds okay, but you can do it easier because I'm having a hard time. I've gotten so used to playing G the right way, but now I have to do it this way. Oh, move over. And the fact that then I have to completely flip the fingering just to do this now. No, wrong string. And I like doing the C at ninth the right way. And so don't know when to try that type. It doesn't make any sense. Neither does the other one, throwing in the B. Other than the B being good to have. It's just weird to show it as if it's just an inversion. Oh, just an inversion. You just throw in the B at the bottom. But why is there a B? Why is it called a D sustain 2 then? A D sustain 2 add the sixth, whatever it is. Yeah. It would be DFA, the B is the sixth. At least the fingering for this one I've figured out. Cause I like the G6. I don't have to do anything funky. And then going to this is, yeah, it's up here. This is where I like to go. And then and if it is the last chorus, or yeah, the last phrase of the chorus, whatever. Then we do the. Yeah, it's doable. Don't know how many more reps I need, and then getting the strum pattern. Let's listen to the synth at least to see if the strum pattern is more obvious that way. All right, where's the chorus? Go back to the synth. Yeah, there's no accents. It's just doom 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 doom. I mean, does it even show the accents for the verse? Let's check that. Let's go to the intro. And it doesn't line up as well. This is where it's weird too, where it's showing 4 strings, 2 strings, 2 strings, 4 strings, 2 strings, string. To me, it just seems like if you just accent it, you get the same effect. Let me try that. Let me see if I can do it the way it's saying here. cool. I didn't see that before. Where it says, "Oh, just lift off of those," and then you go into the B. Well, what it calls the B minor add 13, otherwise known as a G6, with the B at the bottom on the other tab. But is that how the original sounds? I didn't get that from the original. Maybe. All right. So that is the way it's supposed to go. There's still the accent, but just playing 4 strings versus 2 is like it's being just accented. Anyway. So maybe I don't need as much force. It still feels like that is the drum pattern. Anyway. To do that, to lift that up. And I still don't like the other transition. Because otherwise I'd be doing... Cannot do that part yet. I was trying. It's still so weird doing. Just so weird not to hit that B string and then to hit it again, but without the finger on it. Doesn't seem to have the effect that I thought I was hearing, so it doesn't make any sense. Yeah. I need to keep practicing that. Look at this, we're having 45 minutes almost. Shoot. I was doing the wrong chord minute ago there. Let me look at it again. Yeah, that's what I meant to do. Of course, this is where it's confusing, where it's just showing this drum pattern, and there's no difference. It's all... And you look at the other tab, and so I like them both in their own unique way. But hey, while we're at it, it since I still have the search page up. That's just the first two deals. And somehow Ultimate Guitar is repeated. Let's see what this shows. So it's similar but different. Like it's just listing them. It's not really a tab. Oh, but it's nice here that it's showing me where within the words, which is what I kind of finally figured out, you know. I just can't sing and do that yet. Just finding the notes for the melody, so to speak, is tough. It's interesting how it's calling it a G major 7 with the B at the bottom. And I was just looking at the fingering for that. Like, well, that is not what I've been playing. Oops. Thank you. Don't need to give everybody. Well, you can email me at those. I don't care. I don't check my email, so it won't matter. At least not often. Wait a minute. There we go. That is not what I've been playing. What does that sound like? That sounds more like what's being played during the chorus, not the verse. Although it does sound a bit like almost sounds more like a G with a staying 4. For some reason. Maybe I had my fingers wrong. Or maybe a G6. This is how I play G's. That's a G major 7. And then G sustained 4. Oh, I need a play button. What does that sound like? Okay, yeah, that is what I just strummed. So once again, it's still confusing. This third one really just added to the nonsense. This is chord charts of tab. You know, that's it. It's tab 2 in a way, just because it shows you the chords. Well, that's more like sheet music. Then it has this chord chart over here, and it's just adds to the confusion. Like this makes more sense here. But it is similar. G6 with the B at the bottom just sounds more like what you hear in the song. What these other people doing, I don't know. I need more sources, more data. How many more tabs can I open before this laptop goes crazy? Let's Lyco search. Turn on memory saver. Do I? I'll just exit for now. That's really small. Let me help you guys out. Let's go back to... Can you guys see that now? It shows the chorus with the electric guitar. And looking at the deal, once again, it's just like the other one, where it's a G major 7 with a B at the bottom for the verse. So it's not helping. Yeah. I really like this version. Let's stick with this for now. I wish there was like an official Radiohead hit tab. Like they're the ones who play it, and it'd be nice if they had official music I can get my hands on. At least the chord sequence, and the rest I could figure out. So instead of it being confused with the G6, is it G6 with the B at the bottom, or is it a G major 7 with the B at the bottom? What is it? Is it a D sustained 2 with the B at the bottom, or is it something else altogether here in the chorus? It's just straight. All right. That gun doesn't do anything to me, which is fine. It doesn't give me that nausea that sometimes I get when I have too much nicotine. Those 2 milligram ones, but they were Walgreens brands, and they don't seem to really have any nicotine in them, from what I can tell. But anyway, maybe I still got the nootropic effect. Maybe I didn't. But hey, I learned a couple things today already. Shoot. That I can adjust the strum pattern, maybe. Play just those 2 strings between the accents. As far as the chorus goes, it's just straight. And you go back to the original one if we're doing the full chorus. I missed that one. Trying to get just those 5 strings without having to mute anything. I'm just trying to get better at just hitting them with my right hand. I gotta start doing some more exercises. I gotta spend more money and probably sign up for Justin Guitar. Although I believe there's a free version where it starts off free trial. But lately, I just been like I got the second restream account for these streams. I just recently paid for Ubisoft Plus for the Xbox to play a game that I own, physical disc, but I'm trying to play on the Series X and or Series X. But I have the Series X version, which is like the Series S, which is discless. Only I got it because it was a little cheaper and it was white. I was trying to save a little bit of money. I was trying to go with my theme where it's a mixture of black and white. It's a yin yang theme. So I figured, hey, I'll keep the One X. That way I can still play Blu-rays and stuff and DVDs. But yeah, kind of screwed me when it came to playing Breakpoint. So there's so many other things I'm subscribing to or have subscribed to. I need a better paying job, and then it won't matter. Then start actually subscribing to things on X. I feel so bad not having done any subs on X or even on Twitch and stuff, just because I'm always living, paycheck to paycheck. Get to that point. When it gets to that point where I finally have money, I'm not spending where I got maybe. That's the thing lately. I've been trying to add to these systems, improve things, fix glitches. Like for my sanity, I really want to get a new digital interface. I'm looking at getting a Focusrite Scarlett, maybe a 4i4, just in case I ever need extra inputs. I can probably get by with the 2i2, and it's in just temporarily, because eventually I want to get an 18i20 for this, rack that I have built into this desk, and then I can use the other Scarlett for that system back there. But for now, I'm pretty happy with the mic they have on there. It's just a USB mic, just a Blue Yeti, but because I can use NVIDIA Broadcast with it, it makes dealing with the clicks and the clacks of the keyboard or the mouse, which actually isn't that bad lately. Because lately I've been playing Xbox. Ever since getting the Series X, we've just been doing that. My PC for gaming is kind of out of action at the moment because its video card is inside this PC, the one I'm using now. Because of the terrible GPU market we have right now. Oh, and that scam that almost got me. Thankfully, I got that chargeback done. It's the only reason why I have any money at all right now. Just enough money to get me through until payday. Hell, maybe I can get my taxes done tomorrow, but we'll see. If I can get my butt out of bed. At least I have an aquarium job tomorrow, but I don't get paid right away with that one. They give it to me later, or maybe they can cut me a check. Maybe. But I got to make sure I have the invoice. That's the one of the things I need to do next is instead of getting a book, generic book from like Office Depot, I'm actually printing out full page invoices and make it look more professional. Make it invoice number 000001 or something. Anyway, it's been a good hour, right? I would love to go over the theory a little bit more. Maybe I can make more sense of this if I can start writing out the notes too. Another reason why, another thing I was going to add to this whole setup was I went ahead and bought a cord that I didn't really exactly need, but it's an HDMI to USB-C cord. That way I could plug it into my phone. And if I use this one switch I have, I could switch between the laptop and my phone, just in case if I had something pulled up on my phone, we could just switch to that, and I can show you there. But is it required? No. But it's just something fun to play around with. Maybe it'll come in handy. I might do the same thing with the gaming setup. In that case, I have multiple capture cards. Like I have the Xbox Series X displayed, and throw up something on the phone. Like when I was googling answers to or locations for stuff in Dying Light 2, people can actually see what I'm playing with. I'll also do the same thing with the screen on the PC and just capture the screen, but or the application. But just fun playing around with this setup. I almost do as much of that. Actually, I probably do more of that than I do of actually using it or like playing guitar. At some point, I get to where I can just sit down, turn everything on, like today. Yeah, that's working great. I just keep expecting to hit it and have that distortion again. But I'm hearing it just fine. I think you guys are too. I have it. Yeah, I have M audio added as an input on close up now. Didn't have it at one point. Just playing around. I felt like I was going somewhere. There we go. There's the resolution I was looking for, which is the C in first inversion. All right. All right. I'll get better at this. Someday I'll be delving into the theory. I'll maybe have a sketch pad. I don't know. Maybe just have it to where instead of having my keyboard visible right here, I could just throw a piece of paper and write out. I don't think you see that very well. If I went to this view, it's weird how it looks straight and crooked at the same time. It's where that camera's always moving. But anyway, yeah, have a piece of paper here and write out the music, and I don't know. Don't need a fourth camera. I'm not sure this PC could handle a fourth camera. But anyway, thank you to those who might be watching. Of course, I have 0 views on YouTube, which is fine. This is more for my own benefit, but hey, if someone ever watches this later, awesome. And I'll be needing this download later, the VOD more than likely. Someday. If I start doing something with it, editing it down, I don't know. Don't think I need clips from this. I need gaming clips more than I need these clips. This is just for fun. So, yeah. So if you do want to subscribe, well, you can't. I'm not an affiliate. Anyway, so if you want to like me, awesome. Don't hesitate. Oh, follow me on Kick or Twitch or X. And, yeah. Maybe someday I'll put more effort into this. I'm trying. Every day I'm trying to find ways to improve the stream. And I think I did improve it a little bit today. I don't know. Maybe someday y'all will tell me. Until then, have a good night. And as always, stay frosty.